Good morning. As you guys saw, I've been planning, I've been writing, I've been goal setting, I've been reflecting a little bit. It is a Tuesday morning. I have my coffee with me, so the vibes are set. I got a candle lit in the background. I've been seeing a lot, especially like on the internet, you know how we see like, oh, end of the year, like winter arc, all this kind of stuff, like locking in before the next year and stuff like that, and setting yourself up for success. I've been watching a lot of content like that, and it really inspired me to do something similar. I'm not going to be doing like necessarily like a challenge or anything like that, but I did want to give myself some time in the last couple, weeks of the year to really reset kind of like my life. So in today's video, I'm focusing on more of the planning aspect of things, more of the reflecting, goal setting, seeing where I'm at right now and where I want to be and how I'm going to get there. I've just been jotting down some of the things that I want to focus on. I think first things first, like kind of what I'm doing right now, like kind of like planning and reflecting is really important, because if you just jump right in and like, okay, I'm gonna start doing all this stuff without a plan, you're gonna fail. So, and I'm talking from experience because I've done this so many times, and it's just hard. Once the motivation fades away, it's hard to stay consistent. It's hard to keep going when you don't know your why. And I know it's easier said than done, because I've been there multiple times, time and time again. But I do think that it's even more important for you to pick yourself back up again and retry. Yeah, the way that I'm approaching this is one by one, planning and goal setting, reflecting in today's video, which I'll go over kind of what I've been doing. And then the next step is more of my physical space. So I'm planning on deep cleaning my house, resetting it for the end of the year and for a fresh new year. I feel like my closet has just been like a dump, garbage dump. Oh my God, the cats. I have a lot of stuff, like product wise, like physical stuff that I probably don't need or don't use, or it's old. Like I definitely need to reset and declutter my home. Yeah, I'm gonna be deep cleaning, decluttering my space, kind of resetting. And oh my goodness, hold on. Look at them guys, they're so cute. Another aspect that I want to really prioritize and be intentional with is my time with God. So like my spiritual health, that's something that's really important to me. I just want to stay true to my promises to God and really devote time, especially like in the morning, start my day off with Him. So I'm making it a priority to have like daily time with Him and to give myself grace when I fall short. So yeah, even if it's 5 minutes right before bed when I didn't have time that day, or if it's 30 minutes, an hour in the morning, depending on the day, I don't really care. I'm not going to set like a time limit because that's not important. What's important is that I make it a priority, that I show up every single day, whether it's just saying a quick prayer, whether it's really like diving into the word, whether it's just listening to a worship song. Regardless of what it is, I can always find time to fit it. On my commute to work, 15 minutes, I can listen to worship music, I can listen to a sermon. So I really have no excuse to not do this. So getting into the habit, getting into the, the routine of doing it, that is going to be difficult at first, but I feel like once I get that down, it's going to be smooth sailing. So the next thing is, on top of like intentionality and stuff, I definitely want to be intentional with my relationships. This is something that I struggle so badly with. I am a terrible oh, I'm gonna rage quit. I am terrible with relationships, keeping up with people, texting people back, checking in with people. I feel like this is one of my biggest flaws, and I know it's just really hard to break out of it for some reason. Just my relationships, spending more intentional time with my family, spending quality and intentional time with my husband, because it can be so easy to fall into the routine of things, kind of like just every day, same thing on repeat. A little side note, but I really do think that it's the screen time that has a big role on this, because I feel like it just numbs us and we just lose track of time. By the time we know, it's already time to go to bed, and like we just said hi, how was your day at work, and that's it. I definitely want to break out of that and have more intentional time with my husband, because that's important. So, and then lastly, like, of course, getting back into the routine of like healthy habits and stuff like that. We all know what they are. All of the influencers and content creators and every single platform have made it loud and clear like what healthy habits are, and I do agree with most of them, and I think it is important to some degree and have to implement all of those. And I do think that it'll improve your quality of life, and I think that's the end goal. Not trying to strive for perfectionism, but to strive for consistency and discipline is more important. So some of the things that I want to prioritize in the next couple weeks is my water intake. First and foremost, I'm terrible at drinking water. I have no excuse to drink water all the time. My food intake, specifically the 80-20 rule. So basically what that is, 80% healthy foods, whole foods, foods that nourish your body, and then the other 20 can be like indulging in like unhealthy foods, so like a burger or a fries or cookies and stuff like that. But prioritizing that the majority of the food that you're intaking and putting into your body is healthy and it's nourishing and it's replenishing what you need, what your body needs. Another huge one that I'm terrible at is sleep. Getting a good solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep is crucial. And I know this, and I don't know why it is so hard. Once 11 o'clock hits, like, and I'm ready to, I'm in bed, or 11:30, whatever, I'm shutting my eyes and I cannot fall asleep. Like, it is so hard to get myself into bed and then to actually sleep. So I definitely have to do better at this. Definitely have to work on my nighttime routine and really getting up in the morning when I tell myself to get up, to really get into the groove of things. We need sleep. We all know we need sleep, but we all know that it's so hard to sleep. And we all know that, like, okay, an hour before bed, you have to turn off your phone, no more screens, blue light, like, you gotta set your body into relaxing mode. But it's still hard. It's still so hard, especially with like waking up with the daylight savings now. Like, it's still dark outside when I have to wake up, and it's so unmotivating to get out of bed when you're just nice and cozy. But anyways, movement and fitness. This is something else that I struggle with it. I struggle with it all, guys. I struggle literally with it all, and I know I'm not the only one. So I want to do better, and I want to post, and I want to find other people that are struggling with the same things. Like, I just want that community. But anyways, fitness and movement. I'm telling myself 2 to 3 times intentional moving a week. That can be a 10-minute workout. That can be an hour-long session. I don't have a gym membership. I don't plan on getting one anytime soon, because I know that I'll only be doing it for like a couple weeks and then I'm gonna fall off, like I always do. So there's no point in spending my money on that when I have everything that I need at home, where I can get a good exercise, movement kind of a thing. And it's better to do something like that rather than not do it at all. So recently at work, they have a walking pad there, and I've been walking like an hour after my lunch. That's been really good. I've been feeling the side effects. Not the side effects. I've been feeling the difference with that. I feel more energized after that, because usually after lunch I'm so like sluggish and like tired and yawning and whatnot. And then the last thing that I wrote down is getting myself into a regular home schedule, like a regular cleaning schedule, a regular meal planning schedule, so I don't have to have a lot of mental load. It's so much easier to just get systems in place to where we just do, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that on Tuesdays we clean the bathroom, like whatever it can be, like making sure the workload of the house doesn't fall on me mentally as well, making things easier. Just making things easier. That's the goal, where they're working, things are getting done when they need to get done, and everyone's happy. So yeah, that's everything that I've written down thus far. I might come back and do some more reflecting on this. My next task is gonna be decluttering my space. Like I said, I'm gonna be decluttering my space this weekend from the time I'm recording this video. And of course, one of the things that I almost forgot is finances, and especially being in a dual income house and having to deal with our finances together, combined rather than individualized. Finances are another big part that I want to really get down before the end of the year, so especially with the holiday seasons. Like, I know that in the years past, like credit card, swipe, Christmas, woohoo, everyone happy, but then January, beginning of next year, you're like struggling to get back up. Like, I know very well what that feels like, what that is. Already, me and my husband sit down regularly, like every 2 weeks when we get paid. We sit down sometime during that week to look over kind of like what we've been spending the last 2 weeks prior to our paycheck. Seeing where we have overspent, seeing what we can change, and then budgeting out our paycheck. So then that way our money is allocated. We are more mindful of what we're spending for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, just being more mindful and like setting goals and actually putting the action behind those, and you know, moving the money where it should be before you even spend it, before it's even gone. So for finances, I want to look over our finances in the next 2 months. Keep it in mind, the holidays, kind of budgeting for that. I almost forgot about that, but let me look over to see if there's anything else. Okay, and well, I guess this was gonna be a little bit more like on the personal side, not really personal. Is being more consistent with like my goals. I definitely want to continue posting on social media, and then I also want to get into real estate. So spending time throughout the week as well to dedicating some of it to research how to edit videos and stuff like that, or planning out content, stuff like that. Like I want to be more intentional as well. There's so many things I want to do. So I'm a little bit nervous because I know it's unrealistic, but I'm definitely going to be taking it like 1 week, 1 day even at a time. You know, like all of this does not have to happen overnight, and it won't, because I'll be doing it for like 3 days and then I'm going to fall off. I already know that. So I'm going to give myself grace, but the goal is by the end of the year, so in less than 60 months, I should have most of these in motion and like I'm doing good. That's the goal. The goal is not, you know, to be perfect. So yeah, I think that's it. Let me know what works for you guys, what you do to get out of like bad habits, what has worked for you, because I'm genuinely curious to hear other opinions on this kind of stuff, like whole discipline, motivation, grinding kind of stuff. Like I'm genuinely curious what works for other people, like real people, you know. I'm excited to get this started. Right now I'm feeling motivated, but I know that once the motivation dies down, I'm gonna be crying for help. So I'm hoping that by setting up systems here in the next couple of weeks, I will be in a much better space. I will be ready for the new year. I will be ready to start a new chapter of my life. Like that is the goal. So yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, let me know in the comments below like what has worked for you. If you have any tips or suggestions, I definitely want to build a community here and interact with people. So yeah, she is ready to go to bed. Look at her. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy making videos like this. I really enjoy editing. I really enjoy content like this. I eat it up all the time. I watch it all the time. And yeah, I'm just inspired right now. I'm feeling super motivated and super pumped and ready to go. So like for the bajillion time, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far at the end of the video, that means a lot to me. And yeah, make sure to follow along for more content like this. It'll definitely motivate me to keep going because it can be discouraging sometimes. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.